the month of July is right around the corner, which means one thing: new video games are coming out, and everyone always loves new video games. If you're a Nintendo Switch owner though, the month of June might have hurt your wallet, especially the end of it, because a lot of big games were releasing at the end of June. You of course had Ys 8, which is an excellent action RPG that I reviewed on the channel, and I had an absolute blast playing that game. You also had Wolfenstein 2 come to the Nintendo Switch, which looks like a very promising first-person shooter game, and of course the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which was the first 3 games of the Crash Bandicoot series remastered and brought to the Nintendo Switch. So definitely a lot to choose from in the month of June, and honestly the month of July is looking pretty packed as well. There's a good variety of stuff coming to the system and some games I want to spotlight. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about the best upcoming Nintendo Switch games for the month of July 2018.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
So the first game we have to talk about is an action RPG that will be releasing on July 10th. So pretty close to Ys 8, but I think action RPG fans will definitely want to check out this game. There is a demo available on all platforms since this is a multi-platform release, but that is Shining Resonance Reframe. Now the Shining series is a series that I'm pretty familiar with. I've definitely played the older games on the Genesis and the Saturn, but this is sort of different. Those games were more first-person games with dungeon crawler elements or even strategy RPGs, but this is an action RPG. And honestly, it's pretty fun. Like I said, there is a demo available for you to check out no matter what platform you have, and this game's only going to be $45. I played the demo, and actually I enjoyed it more than I thought it would. The combat is pretty fast and fluid, the graphics look serviceable enough, and I like the element of the different dragons that you'll be able to use within the game. It seems like it's definitely going to be an interesting game. This is an anime style sort of RPG, so if you're into anime style stuff, you might enjoy this game. And once again, that is Shining Resonance Reframe. It'll be releasing on July 10th for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PS4, and I think it's going to be a good game. So if you prefer a more traditional RPG style, there is a game for you right around the corner as well. This is a Nintendo Switch exclusive. It's arguably one of the biggest Switch games of 2018, and that is Octopath Traveler. Now this is a game coming to us from Square Enix, and it definitely feels like an old school Square game. There's 2 demos available on the Nintendo Switch. I have checked out both of them, and I really enjoyed this game. It has a really unique art style that I don't think I've ever really seen before. It's almost like a pop-up sort of art style, but it looks really well done. The game is supposedly going to be like over 100 hours long. There's multiple characters to play through as, tons of special attacks, tons of different towns and areas to check out, and I'm sure it'll have a really cool story as well. This game is a Nintendo Switch exclusive, like I said, definitely a more traditional turn-based RPG battle system, but it sort of harks back to the Bravely Default games and of course those classic Square RPGs that were available on the Super Nintendo. So a game that I think a lot of people are looking forward to playing. There's a huge collector's edition as well, and I think it's going to be a really solid game and arguably one of the best games of 2018 potential. So Octopath Traveler, like I said, July 13th for the Nintendo Switch exclusively. Another big game is releasing on July 13th, this one from Nintendo. Now this is a port of a Wii U game, but it's a game that I actually really enjoyed on the Wii U. It's a puzzle game, and that is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Now this is a $40 game, and it's not really a AAA experience, more of a AA experience, but it's really fun if you enjoy puzzle games. There's a lot of good brain teasers in the game, the visual style is very nice and crisp, and the Nintendo Switch version actually has some exclusive things in it, such as levels based on Super Mario Odyssey. Now strangely enough, they've actually removed the levels from Super Mario 3D World from this game and pretty much scrubbed any references to that game. So I don't really know what's up with that. Very interesting for them to do that, considering it's your game. It's a Nintendo game. Who cares? But I am looking forward to Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I am looking forward to checking out the new Super Mario Odyssey inspired levels because I'm a huge fan of that game, and it's a great game, really, in all honesty. I really had fun with it when I played it originally on the Wii U, and that will also be available on July 13th. One of my favorite games of 2017 was Sonic Mania. I actually picked up the collector's edition of it because I needed that big stupid statue because, I don't know, it just looked cool. But yes, Sonic Mania Plus will actually be coming to the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox One on July 19th. Now, this has additional modes from Sonic Mania included in it as well, including some multiplayer stuff and a little bit of online leaderboard systems. The big addition, though, for this game is, of course, the physical copy. It comes with an instruction booklet and all sorts of little cool trinkets and whatnot, and that is definitely a welcome addition. I think that was one of the biggest problems with the original Sonic Mania, was that it was not a physical version. I think a lot of old school Sonic people were hoping for that physical version, so to see a physical version with added content in it is just the icing on the cake. A fantastic game, like I said, one of my favorite games of 2017. It really brought Sonic back to the forefront and showed younger gamers what Sonic was really all about. If you have not picked up Sonic Mania, I definitely suggest you wait for Sonic Mania Plus. It's going to be a fantastic game, and once again, that releases on July 19th. July 24th brings a big retro gaming collection to the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, and the PS4, and is definitely a game I think a lot of people are going to check out, and that is the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. Now, this collection of games is a two-part collection. Both parts will be releasing at the same time, and it includes the following games. On the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, you have Mega Man X, X2, X3, and X4, where the Mega Man X Legacy Collection Part 2 includes Mega Man X5, X6, X7, and X8. There will be optional smoothing, CRT filters, widescreen mode, traditional screen mode. There will be improved character models on X7 and X8 for the 3D models. So a pretty robust collection of games. Now, of course, the Nintendo Switch version is getting the short end of the stick. Only the X Legacy Collection Part 1 is available on the cartridge. If you pick it up physically, you get a download voucher for the X2 Legacy Collection. A strange addition, of course. We've seen huge games be put on the Nintendo Switch on a single cartridge, so I'm not sure why Capcom is doing this, but even with that taken into account, this is definitely a collection of games that you definitely don't want to miss out on. It's a great collection of games and a lot of fun games. So the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, like I said, July 24th for the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox One. A lot of people like Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, but there's really no Wii Sports related stuff on the Nintendo Switch. But on July 27th, that will be sort of changing thanks to Bandai Namco, and that is Go Vacation. Now, this really reminds me of Wii Sports Resort. It's sort of this big island that you can do different events on and play with your friends. Definitely not a game for me. I probably won't be checking this game out unless I get a review copy of it, but I could definitely see families and people that do a lot of local co-op multiplayer enjoying this game. There's a ton of different mini games in there. There's a ton of different fun modes. So it looks like a cool game, but definitely not a game for me, but it's definitely a game worth talking about and bringing up because I think it'll definitely have an audience on the Nintendo Switch. So Go Vacation will be available on the Nintendo Switch on July 27th. If you have families and you have younger kids, I think it'll definitely be a fun game for them to check out. This next game is a big hit on the streaming scene, and it's a game I'm not super familiar with, but I am sort of curious about it. I've watched different people play the game, and it looks like it's kind of fun, and that is Hello Neighbor, which will be coming to the Nintendo Switch on July 27th. Now, this is a game where you pretty much sneak into your neighbor's house and see what kind of weirdo he is and figure out what he's doing. I'm not super familiar with the game, but I do like the art style of it. It's pretty over the top, and it looks pretty funny, and it's pretty much a stealth game. You're trying to hide from your neighbor who's trying to find you in his house, and you're trying to go into his house and find different things. Really curious style of game. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it, but it's definitely a game that's on my radar. I haven't checked it out on the other platforms for whatever reason, but I think it'll be a good fit on the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, has a pretty big cult following, so Hello Neighbor will be hitting the Nintendo Switch on July 27th. And the final game is coming to us from Nicalis, which is a company that I've really enjoyed on the Nintendo Switch. They've been doing a ton of great games and bringing a lot of good physical goodies along with their physical releases of games, and that is Code of Princess EX. Now, this was originally a 3DS game that is a 2.5D hack and slash action RPG that is being redone for the Nintendo Switch. It has improved visuals, improved combat, improved difficulty. They've added a bunch of things into it, and it looks like it's going to be another really solid Nicalis game. Like I said, I am a big fan of what they do. These sort of middleware games that just flesh out the Nintendo Switch library are just really fun in my opinion, and you know, you don't have to pay a full price. This is another $40 game, and I think it's going to be a really cool game. I did not check it out on the 3DS, but from the trailers and gameplay footage from what I've seen of the Nintendo Switch version, it definitely looks like a game that I would enjoy. So Code of Princess EX will be available on the Nintendo Switch on July 31st, the last day of the month. Alright, and that is going to do it for my list of the best Nintendo Switch games for the month of July. Now, I'm sure some more games will be added. It seems like every day a new Nintendo Switch game pops up that happens to come out on the next month, but at the time of this filming, these are the games that I thought were the most interesting. So you got a good mix of action RPG games, traditional RPG games, retro style games. I think there's something for everyone in the month of July. So let me know in the comment section down below what games you plan on picking up for the Nintendo Switch in the month of July, and thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We do a video like this style talking about the upcoming games every month, and there's videos pretty much every day on this channel. And as always, if you really enjoyed this video, check out all the links in the description box down below. We got Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of fun ways to keep up to date with the world of RGT 85, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.
RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT 85.